I think spirituality, it is regardless of religion, it's regardless of background and identity, it's kind of who we are.
One thing is that I gained a lot of balance on the psychological and physical level, which made me feel grounded 24 hours, feel like stable, grounded.
So for me, at the beginning, was just like a person that is really wise, and then I came to know about all the spiritual background of it.
I was happy, I had enough money, I have a nice family, friends, but you can see that something else is missing. And when I discovered Sadhguru, that's how I really kind of understood, oh, this is what probably is missing.
Welcome to E-Times Lifestyle. Talk about yoga, sadhana, dhyan. The very first name that would come to our mind is Isha Sadhguru. And what more do we talk about diversity than what do we see right now in this edition of Mahashivratri 2024. Sadhguru is not just known for having disciples just in India, but across the globe, across continents. And what is overwhelming is the devotion that comes on this divine occasion of Mahashivratri. We have some volunteers here from different countries. Let's interact and listen to their stories. We have someone coming all the way from Minnesota, United States. Let's hear in.
So my name's Elena, and I was living in New York for the last couple of years, and was told by a friend to take yogasanas, which is one of Sadhguru's Hatha yoga classes. At that time, I actually had never heard of Sadhguru. I had no idea who Sadhguru was, and I went to the class thinking that it was going to be a typical yoga class like some that I've taken in the US previously, and it was completely different. Immediately, I felt a connection to the atmosphere and the people and just the way in which the class was conducted with so much reverence and such attention to detail that I immediately knew that this was something special. And from there, I just started to learn more and more about Sadhguru. I took inner engineering shortly after that, and in time found myself here. I'm a copywriter, and right now I'm volunteering as a copywriter for Sadhguru's English publications team, and it is such an honor to be a part of the ashram and to be a part of Sadhguru's greater vision.
What do you think has changed after taking up the inner engineering course?
Inner engineering changed so much in my life. I felt like it made me put me in the driver's seat of my life. It really gave me such a sense of empowerment and ownership over my life, and really feeling like I had the tools to be able to craft it in the way that I wanted to. It felt like instead of kind of just being blown around in the wind or having things happen to me and just really feeling like I didn't have agency over what was happening in my life, I got to really create the kind of way I wanted to be inside myself, regardless of what was happening outside of me. And that was deeply, deeply powerful in terms of just feeling that sense of well-being inside, no matter what it is externally that's going on.
Brilliant. So after having all of this experience here in terms of Hatha Yoga with Sadhguru and being around with people from different countries, India, now when you look at religion or spirituality, how would you define that?
I think spirituality for me it is regardless of religion, it's regardless of background and identity. It's kind of who we are when all of those layers are stripped away. It's this deep yearning that all of us have to understand who we are at our core, how this world works, and what it's all about at the end of the day. And I feel that sense of curiosity and that questioning and that journey really is what spirituality is about. It's not necessarily about getting to one set place. It's about just continuing to be on the path and continuing to try to improve ourselves and to create more and more well-being in the world around us.
Well, up next we have a volunteer who's come from Syria. We often talk about religious boundaries, conservative nature, war between countries, but what brings us together is the spiritual energy and a common thinking and goals for humanity. We have Mohammed who has come from Syria. How has the experience been for you here?
So my experience, I have started inner engineering in 2021. And since then, like after 2 or 3 months into doing the practice, I felt immense change actually. One thing is that I gained a lot of balance on the psychological and physical level, which made me feel grounded 24 hours, feel like stable, grounded. I would feel more at ease within myself, no resistance. I could do whatever I want.
What are the top 3 things that you feel that has changed within you when you look at yourself as a human being and, forgetting this geographical boundaries that you come from? I'm sure there's a lot of stigma that has also might have come around. So where do you stand on that today?
I started enjoying everything, the things that I couldn't accept, let's say, before. Now I can just do any activity or engage with anything or go through anything without making any judgments in my mind about that. The second thing is the resistance. The inner resistance has gone away, as I mentioned before. I had a lot of resistance to a lot of things, and I would, because of that, I would not be able to explore my full potential. So right now, the less the resistance is, the more and closer you get to your full potential, which is very important for the third point that I wanted to talk about, which is I have seen a lot of improvements in terms of productivity, whether it's work, whether it's school, whether it's whatever it is, any activity that I do, any hobby or any activity or whatever I am doing. I have noticed very clearly and vividly that I am doing it very, very well.
We listen to a lot of people coming from the US, but we rarely talk about people coming from South America. We have a volunteer who's come from the land of Pablo. That's what it is known for, but I hope after this interview we might be known for volunteers coming from South America. How has your experience been here?
Beautiful. India is a very welcoming country, and especially the ashram. It's a completely different experience from what we have in there, like all this, the food, the music, the different festivals. It has been just amazing. In my culture, we are Catholic, so we don't know much about gurus, and this culture of guru was like very strange for me. So when I started listening to him, I didn't really know what a guru was. So for me, it was just like a very wise person that was talking. And I started like watching his videos, like binging on his videos, because I couldn't believe that this guy knows everything about everything. So I just keep watching and watching and watching and watching. And I don't know after how many hours of videos, some video of inner engineering came. And then I realized, oh, so what is this? This is something about spirituality too. But if you see a lot of his videos, talk for like real matters in life, right? Like how to deal with depression, with anxiety, with the stress, relationships, how to deal with your food. So for me, at the beginning, was just like a person that is really wise. And then I came to know about all the spiritual background of it.
Glad to hear that. What are the kind of changes that has happened within you, mentally, physically, dealing with society? How has the overall experience been for you here?
So especially in terms of culture, I think that for my Latin American culture, we are kind of used to, in general, we kind of used to think that psychology, right? So if my parents treat me this way, that I have to be like this, right? Or I am like this because my grandmother was like that. I behave this way because my father is like that, and therefore I am like this, right? So I grew up kind of like with that thinking. So there were a lot of limitations in me, a lot of anger, anxiety, like the burst of, like stress, and a lot of health problems. Also like stomach problems, digestive problems, and every of that thing, I never even bothered in looking for solutions, because I thought, oh, my mother has it, my grandmother has it, it is in our genes, it's genetical, nothing to do about it. And then after inner engineering, I come to know that actually I can change all of that.
So my name is Philip. I'm from Canada. And I was a vegetable farmer in Canada before coming here. Then, I had a really nice life over there, but something was missing back then. So I decided to join Isha Yoga Center in 2021, come here for a program called Sadhana, which is a 7-month long program for inner transformation. And since then, I've decided to stay back here and continue, you know, being in this space, this really powerful space.
What exactly was this Canadian farmer missing back home that you had to come to India, spend time 7 months? What were you missing?
Well, I was happy. I had enough money. I have a nice family, friends, but in all of that, you can see that something else is missing. And when I discovered Sadhguru, that's how I really kind of understood, oh, this is what probably is missing. This inner peace, this inner well-being that I don't really know what he's talking about, like what he's trying to say he's experiencing. So I want to know that also. So I came here, and that's how I saw, like, wow, this is what I was missing all along.
Thank you so much for talking to us.